Let's get started in child's pose. So in child's pose, adjust your legs so that your knees are just wide enough for your ribs to fit in between. And have your big toes together. Then inhale, come up onto your hands and your knees and stretch back into down dog. Then walk your feet forward up to the top of your mat and fold forward, Uttanasana. In this first forward fold of the day, bend your knees so that you can let your back release. Then bring your hands onto your hips, reach down through your feet, and come all the way up to stand. Good. Inhale, raise your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Press down through your heels, reach past your arms. Exhale, release your arms at your side. One more time. Inhale, raise your arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Press down through your heels, reach past your fingers. Then exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back, Ardha. Step back one leg at a time into plank pose. Just watch out for any animals that have crept onto your mat. Hold in your plank. Good. Lift up on the inner thighs as you push down through your big toe, second toe mound. Two more breaths, strong plank. Good, then lie onto your belly and come into low cobra. Inhale, start to come into a little baby back bend, just preparing the spine for back bending. So we just come into the practice very gradually to start to warm things up, not demanding too much of your spine. Turn the pinky toe side of the foot down towards the floor, spin the inner thighs up. Then lift up from your belly up to your chest and come up just a little bit higher into your cobra. Then lower your chest down. Come up on the hands and knees and stretch back to down dog. Good, then look in between your hands. Step, walk, or hop all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Press to stand. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back one leg at a time into plank pose. Lengthen in your plank, chest open, strong arms. Good. Then lie down onto your belly. Inhale into cobra. And if your back feels ready for it, go ahead and go up into upward facing dog. Otherwise, hang in cobra for another breath. And stretch back to down dog. One more sun salutation. Look between your hands. Step, walk, or hop to the top. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Press to stand. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samastiti. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, now from down dog, step your right foot up by your right thumb. Lower your back knee down. Bring your hands to your right knee and start to upright yourself. So let's start to open up the front of the hip a little bit to help with our standing poses. Then take your arms forward as you draw your belly up raise your arms up. Bring your fingertips back down to the mat. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. Then lift your belly and come back up into crescent. Back leg up, arms up. Good, bring your hands back down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Then hold in your plank or do an optional Chaturanga push-up. Lower slowly, lift back up, downward facing dog. Step your left foot all the way up by your left thumb. Lower your back knee down. Bring your hands to your left knee and start to upright yourself. Then draw your navel in and up. Take your arms forward and raise your arms up. Bring your fingertips back down to the mat. Curl your back toes under, lift your back knee up. Then come up into crescent, raise those arms up. Turn from your outer upper arms forward, release across the back of your neck, lift through all four sides of your ribs off your waist. Bring your hands back down, step back to plank. Optional Chaturanga push-up, hold there, lower slowly to elbow height, and lift straight back up. Downward facing dog. Good, bend your knees and look forward, jump or step up. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose, bend knees, sit back, Utkatasana. Come up to stand, hands to your heart. Sun salute B, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Step back and lower to Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your right foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot, warrior one. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Good, hold in your down dog. Then this time we're gonna step from down dog for the standing pose. Now this is a little more advanced because there's a tendency to shrink when you go to step or to not be able to get your foot all the way up. So let's see, can you bring your right knee up to your chest and then step it all the way up in between your hands? Good, turn your back heel down and come right up into warrior two. So see if you can get the spine to grow tall again, stretch through the legs. When you come into it from standing, it's a little easier to keep the opening. So see if you can find the same opening that you'd find if we did it from standing. Good, now straighten your right leg and reach out for triangle pose. Then let's reinforce what we learned in half moon again today. Let's practice going into half moon. Put your left hand on your hip, bend your knee, slide your hand and foot in front of your pinky toe and step up. Nice. Right hip pins in. Raise that back heel an inch above your pelvis. Now reach your chest forward. Drive through that heel. Take your arm up. So in the Patreon video, we were working on using props to help to increase strength and the ability to hold in this pose. And if you can hold the pose longer, it will help to train your muscles to feel more comfortable in it. Bend your right knee, slide back, warrior two. Come all the way back into warrior two. Good, hands to the mat. Step back to down dog or out of vinyasa if you're working on upper body strength. Good, now step your left foot all the way, pull the knee up and get it all the way up in between your hands. Warrior two. Spin your back heel down. Inhale, come up. See if you can get the spine to grow tall again. Stretch through the legs. Open your chest through the reach of your arms. Then straighten your left leg and start to reach out for triangle. Make sure the thigh is turning as you're reaching. Hold there, breathe. Good, now bend that left knee, look down, slide your hand and foot in front of your pinky toe, and step up. Drive through your back heel, reach your chest forward across the room. Good, now bend your left knee and as smooth as you can, slide back to warrior two. Nice job. Circle your hands to the mat. Vinyasa. Look in between your hands. Step, walk, or hop to the top. Inhale, Ardha. Exhale, fold. Press to stand, inhale, reach up. Exhale, Samastiti. Preparation for Ekapada Galavasana. Bring your right heel up onto your left inner thigh for tree pose. So wherever you take the heel, just make sure it's not on your knee. If you don't have the flexibility to get it way up by your hip socket, you can keep it below as long as it's not pushing onto your knee. Now turn your hips to point straight ahead. Join your palms together. Stretch from your right inner leg to your knee. Lift through your waist and then raise your arms up. Good, then bring your hands to prayer. Unhook the heel from your leg and cross your left ankle above your right knee. Now keeping your chest lifted, start to bend your left knee and sit back like you're sitting into a chair. Try not to let your hips twist off to the left. Keep those hips sitting straight back. See if you can go maybe a little bit deeper. Good, then come all the way up to stand, mountain pose. Good, bring your left heel up by your right inner thigh. See, there needs to be short adjustments for this one always, for sure. Then turn your hips to point straight ahead. Join your palms together. And take your arms up once you're steady. Then bring your hands back to your heart. Take your left heel from the leg and then cross your ankle over your knee. Then start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. Keep the chest open. Keep going. Good. Try not to let that right hip twist to the right. And come back up to stand, mountain pose. Great job. This is a balance challenge. All right, inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha, flat back. Step back to dog or take a vinyasa. All right, then from down dog, Let's start to work on that arm strength. Set your knees down onto the mat. Set your elbows down too. Then interlock your hands. So what happens in everybody's shoulders is that when we go to use our arms, our shoulders naturally internally rotate, because all of our internal rotators, these muscles here, they're much stronger than the little external rotators right here in your back. So start just by spreading your collarbones and turning from your inner armpit forward. So see if you can feel that feeling. Now when you go to put all your weight in your arms, your shoulders are going to want to roll the other way. Don't let them. Curl your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips up. So we learned this concept, whatever is gained in the base, we're not allowed to lose to add more above it. So keep your base, your foundation, and then see if you can walk your feet in more. That's adding more. Can you walk the feet in while still keeping the shoulders turned? And still keeping the upper spine long, not letting it round. Good, now bring one knee into your chest, right knee into your chest. And keep lifting the hips. Don't lose anything in the shoulders. Good, change legs, left knee into the chest. Pull the hips up, like you're gonna lift yourself up over your shoulders. Stretch that leg back. Good, now walk back into plank on your forearms and hold there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your knees down, sit back into child's. And just let your head rest. All right, one more time, let's practice that. Come back up onto your hands and your knees. Elbows down, interlock those hands. Turn the armpit chest, spread the collarbones. Then curl your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips up. Good. So most of us will just be stuck right here. We won't be able to walk the feet in any closer. But see if, can I start to walk my feet in closer without my shoulders turning in? Without the upper back rounding. Like I got my knee in your upper back, lift. Good. Now bring your left knee up into your chest. Pull those hips up higher, press the elbows. Change legs, right knee into your chest. Good. Set that foot down, rest in child's. Great job. So one day, you're going to be able to just lower your head down and float both knees up into your chest. You'll be able to balance there once you get really comfortable being in that position. If you have a history of cervical compression, any neck issues, trauma to the neck, degeneration, headstand is just not really a pose you should be doing ever though. So you always do that head up variation that we just did. Make sure we're practicing in Himsa, listening to our body, and practicing our own truth. What's true for somebody's body might not be true for mine. So let's come back to Satya as well. So we're practicing our own inner truth, learning what works for our body. And as we become more in tune with our body, that's really powerful in life, to be in tune with what we can do, our limits, and to be able to embrace that. Okay, so now take downward dog and let any of that tension in your neck release. All right, then to help to open up and strengthen our external rotators a little bit more, we're going to do the belly back bends now. So lie down onto your belly and clasp your hands behind your back. Turn the blades onto the back, then lift the shoulders, head, chest up off the mat. Press the pinky toe side of the foot down, spin the inner thighs up, knees lift up off the mat. Then keeping the kneecaps tight, lift the feet up, lift the head up. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. Take a breath. Good. Then interlock your hands again. This time, other index finger on top. Turn the blades on the back. Then lift the legs up, lift the head up. Reach back longer through your big toes and keep reaching your chest forward. And now we're going to come into the preparation for Dhanurasana. keeping the hands interlocked, bend your knees, bring your heels towards your butt, and keep reaching your chest forward. And just feel what it's like to have the knees bent. Now see, with your fingertips, could you touch your heels? Unlock the hands and reach towards the heels of the feet. And release. Great job. Pretty cool. You could reach all the way back there maybe. Okay. Stretch back to child's pose now. Just release your back. Good, then come into a seated position. Sit with your legs crossed in front of you. Sit up tall and twist to your right. Take the back of the spine in and up and breathe. And twist to your left. Come back to center. Lie down onto your back. Ankle to knee pose. Bend your knees and then cross your right ankle over your left knee and hug your left knee towards your chest. Change the cross of the legs. And uncross your legs and stretch them out for corpse pose, Shavasana. Let your palms turn up at your side. Allow the feet to fall open. Let the body release into the mat now. With each exhalation, sink a little bit deeper inward. Just let go. Then bend your knees and roll over to your right side. Press yourself gently up to seated. Join your palms together. Thank you. Namaste. All right, thank you guys. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Hope you feel refreshed and energized through your practice. Leave me a comment below. Let me know how things are going for you, and I'll see you tomorrow.